lost 5-4. Beat Northern Lakes 10-4. Beat Hibbings 5-3. Lost to Hibbings 5-3. And lost to Lakeville South's AA team 5-0. They've played some tough opponents. We're a little bit short-handed tonight, so this should be a quality contest. Just some news and notes from Spartan Nation. Still on IR is Winkler. He's still probably 2 to 3, 4 weeks out here. We got guys out of the lineup tonight due to illness. Nope will be out. Esslinger, Henches, and Regan all out due to illness. Back off of IR from illness is Hansen. He will not be between the pipes tonight, though. And Erickson is active tonight. He had a bum ankle, so nice to have him back in the lineup. Just some notes from Coach Hal. Pre-game, Hal and I were discussing just the team a little bit, and he was talking about wanting to win. So the message in the locker room, I think, was going to be centered around wanting to win and what the game plan would be, willing to do that. Just as a guy who's coached for a long time, if the message is about wanting to win, that's got to come from the expectation to win based on hard work and preparation. That want to win comes from that. You got to hate losing more than you love winning. So we'll see if the message gets through to the boys here tonight. Boys are coming off a couple tough losses to Anoka. They lost to 8-6 and had a 6-2 lead in the third period. And last game versus Delano, losing a heartbreaker 5-4 with a lead going into the third period, or 5-3 with a lead going into the third period again. So we'll see if the boys can finish the contest tonight. Just some observations I had from the Delano game that it'd be great to see the boys do tonight would be finishing shifts. If the boys can finish shifts, they'll string shifts together, which builds the big momentum. And if you can hold that, you can really put teams on their heels. On exits out of the zone tonight, on breakouts, I'd love to see the guys shield the puck on the wall, move it to guys underneath with speed so that we get cleaner exits and more guys coming up the ice together rather than 1 on 2 or 3. And also when we're tracking pucks and putting back pressure on pucks, it'd be great to see the boys winning the race to our defensive blue line so we can man up and not have to play so many odd man rushes. We got about 1 minute and 20 seconds left here to go in warm-ups. We'll take a short break and we'll be back for puck drop. Thanks for listening, Spartan Nation. Once again, this is Jake Hinderman filling in for Jessica Hinderman. She'll be back on the call next game, and I will be off doing the things that I do in hockey. So thanks for listening. All right, Spartan Nation, puck drop here with Lacey, Kohler, and Hunsley up front. Hinderman and Gielan at D. Faceoffs won by Hopkins. They're regrouping in their own end here. Puck intercepted here in the neutral zone by Gielan, then turned over. Now here comes Hopkins into the zone on the far side. They fire a shot high and over the net. Ringing up here to the near side defenseman. Kohler lays the lumber on number 15 for Hopkins. 16 picks the puck up and goes to the far side, dumps it in down low. Here's Hinderman on the retrieval. Hinderman tries to get it up to Kohler, misses his mark, goes up to the defenseman, and he misses the net. Here's Hunsley with it. He sends it down ice. We'll have our first icing of the game. It'll be a defensive zone face-off for your Spartans here. Both benches looking a little bit light tonight. Hopkins has 12. Your Spartans have 12 as well. Pasqua on the draw. Pushes it through to himself. He's coming up through neutral ice. Chips it in. Erickson in hard on the forecheck. Hopkins D to D to the weak side wing. They chip it out into neutral ice. Now here's Erickson with it. Sends it over to his partner Toso, who touches it up to Hunsley, or Howley. Howley takes a big hit near side here as he was falling down. He's heading back to the bench, holding his arm. Battle down in the far corner. Pasqua's on it, wheeling off the wall, looking for somebody. Dumps it down into the far corner. Hopkins swings it around to the weak side, all the way up the half wall, and it's kept in by Erickson. Loose puck picked up by Hopkins. 1-on-4 coming up through neutral ice. They chip it in. Spartans on the recovery here on the retrieval. Pasqua with it. Sending a stretch pass up ice, but it's intercepted and sent back in by Hopkins. Here's Toso. Toso looking to the strong side there. Nobody open. Loose puck picked up by Hopkins here in the neutral zone. They chip it up the near side. Can't connect. Toso sends it back out into the neutral ice. Little pitter-patter here and hot potato with the puck by both teams. Can't quite settle it down. Here's another loose puck. Toso's on it. Tries to send it up the near wall. Good stick play there by number 20 for Hopkins. Puck ends up over on the far side. Hinderman knocks it down with a glove and scoots it out into neutral ice. Now here's Johnson with it. He's got numbers. Quick 2-on-1 developing here, and he fires a shot from the outside. He had Lacey cutting to the net there. We just couldn't find him. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here. Spartans to the right of the Hopkins goaltender. 12:34 left to go in the first period. 0-0. Pasqua on the draw with Kohler and Hunsley, Hinderman, and Gielan. Face-off won by Hopkins. Puck scoots out into neutral ice and sent back in. That should have been offsides, but it's not called. And Hopkins picks up a loose puck here. They pitchfork it down low. Hinderman on the retrieval. Backhands it to his partner Gielan. Gielan up to Kohler. Nice breakout here if we can get it out of the zone. We can't. Here's Hopkins going D to D. Another turnover in neutral ice. Here's Hinderman with it. He's got some speed over the zone. He sends it over to Pasqua. Pasqua fires a shot on net. Flipper saved by the Hopkins goaltender. Battle down in the corner. Hopkins comes away with it. Hopkins picked up a loose puck coming up through the neutral zone. 1-on-1, firing a shot on net. Beating trip over his glove. Blocker side. Hopkins takes an early 1-0 lead with 11:33 left to go in the first period. Face-off won by Hopkins. Regrouping in their own end. Coming to the strong side, sending it over to the weak side. This is going to be, they're waving off icing. Erickson's on it. Rims a puck up the wall here, but it's kept in by Hopkins. Erickson brings it around to the weak side, tries to send it up to Hunsley. He can't handle the pass. Now here's Hopkins retrieving a loose puck in the neutral ice. Really sloppy puck play here to start the period by both teams. Puck down in the far side. Chipped up the wall. One touch out of the zone, and then a stretch pass up to the near side by Hopkins. They got somebody going to the net. They fire it on net. No dice on the rebound. Orono chips the puck into neutral ice. Hopkins sends it back in. Here's Tosa with it. Loose puck picked up in Hopkins' end. Puck's here on the near side. They throw it into center ice. It's picked up by Orono here. This is Toso. Toso going D to D. Here's Pasqua with some speed, but he's pinched off the puck nicely on the blue line. Loose puck in front. Can't quite connect. Here's Gielan. He has his shot blocked with a stick, and it ends up in the netting. It'll be an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Hopkins goaltender. 9:54 left to go in the first period. Face-off won by Hopkins. They try to go D to D, but the puck's taken away. I think that's Erickson down there battling. Looks like the net came off its moorings there. And we'll have another face-off to the left of the Hopkins goaltender. It'll be Pasqua on the draw with Erickson and Johnson, Gielan and Hinderman at the point. Face-off chipped out of the zone by Hopkins. Here's Gielan retrieving. Gets through a Hopkins defender. He gets across the blue line. Takes the puck in deep, tries to center, but it's intercepted by a Hopkins defender. Now here's Gielan sending it back low. Hopkins goes D to D. They're up the far side here now. The puck is chipped past Gielan. Gielan's got it. He goes back to Hinderman. Hinderman right up to Pasqua. Nice regroup here. Pasqua's in the zone. Can't quite get a shot off. Johnson on a loose puck, but whiffs on it. Erickson sends it in back low. Hopkins D to D. Pasqua's pestering the defenseman. Takes the puck away. He's down low. Gets pinched off by two Hopkins defenders. And the puck is sent down the ice by Hopkins. This will be icing. Offensive zone face-off to the right of the Hopkins goaltender. Orono making a change. It'll be Lisi with Kohler and Hunsley, and Toso and Erickson at point. Face-off won by Hopkins. They come out of the zone. 3-on-2. Fire a shot on net. Nice blocker save there by Tripp. Puck comes out the near side here and sent back in by Hopkins. Sticked away by Anderson. Erickson sends it from far side to near side here. Toso's on the puck. Goes behind the net. Sends it up to the wing but can't connect, and it's sent back in by Hopkins. Now here's Erickson. He can't handle the puck. Hopkins picks it up. They send it back in low. Here's a nice pass by Lisi to Kohler. Kohler's got the zone. Pinched off a puck. But Hunsley picks it up, tries to center. Now here's Erickson. Erickson gives it to Lisi. Lisi sends it back in low. Here's Kohler in a 50-50 battle down low. Hopkins chips it up the wall. They get it out of the zone. Pasqua picks up a loose puck here in neutral ice. He's got some speed. Up the far side, trying to cut to the net. He's grabbed, held, almost tackled as he goes to the net. And the Hopkins player runs into his own net and knocks the net off. It'll be an offensive zone face-off here for for Orono. Pascal on the draw. Hopkins wins. Goes behind the Hopkins net. They rim it up the near wall here. Can't quite connect. Gielan pinches and holds the zone. Now he circles up at the blue line. Loses the puck. Here comes Hopkins back up ice. Little 2-on-1 developing here. Nice back check by Howley. They cut in hard at the goal line, fire the puck over the net and into the netting. This should come outside the zone. This did not touch one of our players. Hopefully this will be a neutral zone face-off and not a defensive zone face-off. And yep, he's pointing outside the zone. Pascal on the draw. He wins it back to Erickson. Erickson chips it up the wall to his brother. Here's Pascal chipping a puck into the zone. Little indirect pass here off the wall that's intercepted by Orono and sent back in. Hopkins D to D here on the near side. They send it up the wall. It scoots past Toso. Trickles down ice into our zone. And they are going to call icing. Hopkins coaching staff's a little bit hot right now because I think that might have deflected off of Toso at the blue line and probably could have called icing off, but we'll take it. Face-off won by Hopkins. They rim it up the near wall here. Lisi to Toso. Toso fires a shot on net. Right into the breadbasket of the Hopkins goaltender. This will be an offensive zone face-off to the right of the Hopkins tendy. This is Lisi on the draw with Johnson and Hunsley, Toso, and Erickson. Hopkins wins the draw again. They send it over to the far side here behind the net. They rim it up the wall, can't quite get out of the zone. Erickson pinches and sends it back in low. Puck ends up here on the near side. And Hopkins holds, and they try to hit a stretch pass. Can't connect, but another Hopkins player picks up some loose change here. Tries sending it to the back door. They can't connect, and it's re-centered. Nice defensive play by Lisi to be there. Here's a puck high in the zone that's sent back in on net. Anderson's going to cover that up. Spartans are going to change here to be a defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson with 5:51 left to go in the first period. Hopkins Royals on top of your Spartans 1-0. Face-off won by Pasqua. He sends it into the corner. Hopkins comes out with it. Hinterman lifts the stick in front of the net. Pasqua picks up a loose puck. Got a 2-on-1 developing here between Pasqua and Kohler. Pasqua goes to his backhand, sends it on net, and beats the goalie. Glove side, short side, with Kohler going to the post there. Nice play there. I think Kohler going to the net hard there just gave Pasqua enough room to get to the net and squeak that in by the post. Nice play by the Spartans there, tying it up 1-1 with 5:36 left to go in the first period. Hopkins wins the neutral zone faceoff. They go D to D. And back to the camera here. It's a little bit different. Here comes Hopkins out of the zone. They're across the blue line. They fire a shot on net. Loose puck laying there. And Anderson covers up the garbage laying there. Quick rush there by Hopkins on the 2-on-1. Nice save by Anderson down there to keep it up. Defensive zone face off to the right of Anderson. Here's Lisi. Lisi can't win it. It goes back to the D. Hopkins sends it on net, just missing on the far side here. Loose puck on the half wall. poked out by Kohler in the neutral ice. Now here's Hopkins on the regroup. Hopkins dancing on the blue line. They regroup, now they send it in. This has been a common theme by our last three opponents, dumping pucks, being content with dumping pucks on us. Loose puck picked up behind the net and sent out of the zone. This is going to be icing. No icing. Puck into neutral ice here, Hopkins. Being defended by Lisi and Hunsley. At the blue line, the puck ends in it behind our net. Here's Erickson with it. He's coming up the near side. Has the puck poked away, and it's sent back in. Here's Toso with it. He goes up the far side. He has the puck taken away. Open ice check by Lisi. And Hopkins still has the puck. They come into the zone. They pick up a loose puck. Oh, and they fire it just wide. Trailer came in late there, found a loose puck and ripped it over the net. Nice body check there by Lisi as he knocks down a Hopkins player. Orono coming back up ice. Shot blocked and tipped into the corner. Now it's here on the near side. Hopkins gathers it up. They send it over to the weak side. They got some space. Little one touch over here to the near side. It's picked up by Howley. Howley leaves it for Pasqua. Now here's Pasqua with some speed. He comes up the far side. He's got the zone, and he's dumped as he comes across the blue line. Here's Howley picking up a loose puck. He sends it back in deep. Here's Pasqua with it. Pasqua fires a low angle shot off the post. And it's picked up and sent into neutral ice. And then a loose puck's picked up by Pasqua, and he takes a big open ice hit at the blue line. He's back up and at him. He's on the draw here. Howley changes. Johnson comes on. Neutral zone face off here. Pasqua, Johnson, Howley, Hinderman, and Gielan. Face off one to Hinderman. Hinderman to Gielan. Gielan sends it up the near wall, but it's taken away by Hopkins. Hopkins chips it into the middle here. Here's a loose puck picked up by Pasqua. He's coming up ice. He's got a guy with him. Johnson's going to the net. Pasqua centers. Sticked away by the goaltender. A loose puck behind the net. Now here goes to the far side, and Hopkins sends it out. That'll be the end of the first period. A 1-1 contest after one. We'll be back in a short bit with the second period. Second period action here. Face-off won by the Spartans. They come in the near side. This is Hunsley. He circles behind the net, tries to center. Here's Hinderman with it. He sends it over to Lisi. Oh, nice play there by the Spartans. Just couldn't quite connect on the shot on net. It was a good dish up high there, and a good look by Lisi. Here's Gielan. Down low, battling. Kohler's in on the fray. Gielan comes away with it. Sends it back to Lisi. He can't handle it. And Hopkins sends it out of the zone, but it's not going to make it. Here's Hinderman with it. He sends it to Lisi. Lisi can't handle the pass. Here's Hinderman with it again. Goes behind the net. He sends it over to Gielan. Gielan up to Kohler. Kohler tries to hit Lisi, can't quite connect, and it goes down. Hopkins had an opportunity to play that, so icing is weighed off. Stretch pass up there to the near side, and it's tipped into the zone. Here's Pasqua on the retrieval. He sends it up to Holly. Holly can't quite connect, and Hopkins sends it back in, but Gielan picks it up. He's on the far wall. He chips it out into the neutral ice, and Hopkins regrouping. Hopkins tries to send it in, but it goes off an Orono player. Now here's Gielan to Erickson. Erickson up to Pasqua. Pasqua trying to get around the defender, but a nice defensive play there by Hopkins. And the puck skitters out into neutral ice. Here's Gielan with it. Or Toso, sorry. He goes to the weak side to Howley. Howley back over to Toso. Toso hits Pasqua. Goes off his backhand. Loose puck. D to D and sent back up ice. Here's Erickson picking up a loose puck. He goes behind his own net. He flips it up the wall to his brother. Pasqua with it here at neutral ice. 2-on-2 developing here. Pasqua gets the edge, goes in, tries to fire a shot short side, misses the net. Puck goes up to Toso on the far side. He gives it back to Pasqua. Pasqua circles up, goes back down low, tries to send a backhand to the middle, but it's intercepted by Hopkins. Here comes Hopkins up through neutral ice. Strong move to the net there by number 55. Can't connect with somebody driving to the net. Now here's Erickson on the near side. He gets past the defender. He gets the puck up into neutral ice. And Hopkins is on it. Hopkins has the zone. Number 9 walks through, fires a shot on net, but misses. Here's Erickson. He sends it over to the far side. Can't connect with Holly. Holly jumps off for a change. Spartans are getting fresh legs as Hopkins regroups here. Hopkins up to the neutral ice. Down here on the near side, trying to center. They can't connect. Loose puck comes out to the D. Puck is shot on net and blocked away by Anderson, and it ends up in the near corner. Here's Lisi. He flips the puck up in the neutral zone. Hopkins regroups. They go D to D. They come up the strong side here. Can't connect. And a loose puck is picked up by Hunsley. Hunsley has it sticked away at the blue line, and it's sent up ice. Now here's Toso. He can't handle it. Now Lisi picks up a loose puck. He's got some speed coming through neutral ice. He's got the blue line. He tries to fire a shot on net. And it goes high. Might have been good from 50 yards. And here's Johnson. Johnson back to Gielan, to Lisi. Lisi chips it back in. Hopkins quickly regroups and sends it up ice here. A little give and go. They can't handle the give and go pass. Now here's Gielan. Gielan sends a stretch pass up to Pasqua. Pasqua's in all alone. Forehand shot, glove save by the Hopkins goaltender. He gets his own rebound. He's up the far side, circling up at the blue line. Walks through a defender, tries to send a shot on net. Kohler picks up a loose puck, and he fires it on net. Right into the chest of the Hopkins goaltender. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for your Spartans to the left of the goaltender. Face-off one back to Gielan. He rips a shot on net. Hopkins goaltenders gobbles it up with her body, and that'll be a neutral zone or a defensive zone face-off for Hopkins. Hopkins wins the draw in the far corner. They send it up the far wall here. Stretch pass up the weak side here. Hopkins has the zone. Take it in wide. It's sticked away by Hinderman, and the puck ends up on the far side. Here's Pasqua with it. Stick handling, fires a shot on net and misses wide. Hinderman hammers a puck on net, and it's sticked away by the Hopkins goaltender into the netting. It'll be an offensive zone face-off for your Spartans. Getting a little bit more entries here as the game goes on. The game's loosening up a little bit, typically does when teams have the long change. Face-off won by Hopkins. Battle on the far wall. And the puck scoots out to the neutral zone. Hopkins has a 3-on-1 developing here. They fire a shot on net. Nice blocker save by Anderson. Puck goes up the far half wall, sent back down low into the corner. Number 55 for Hopkins is in a battle with Toso. Number 20 comes in. Erickson's in there to help. He comes away with it. He comes to the near side here, sending it to Hunsley. Hunsley goes to his backhand, tries to get it up to Lisi, but they can't connect. And Hopkins goes D to D here on the rear loop. They send it over to the far side. They can't connect. Here's Toso with it. He sends it up the wall. Another loose puck ending up in the offensive zone. Hunsley going hard for a loose puck. It's here in the near corner. And sent into Hawley. Hawley tries to backhand it over to Lisi. He can't connect. Now here comes Hopkins the other way. 4-on-2. They can't connect on the entry pass. Here's Erickson gobbling up the puck. He sends it to the near side. He misses his mark. And another loose puck into the neutral ice here. Hopkins goes D to D twice here. They come up to near side. They got the blue line. Puck ends up in the far corner. Hopkins still has it. They try to center. And a goofy puck bouncing off of Erickson's stick finds its way into Trapper. And he'll gobble that up, and we'll have a defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson. We've got Pasqua at center with Johnson and Erickson, Gielan and Hinderman. Here's Gielan picking up a loose puck off the draw. He comes to the near side. He's going to skate it. He gets it to Pasqua. Pasqua's got some speed. He's got the zone. Goes in wide. Tries to cut to his forehand. As the puck chipped away, puck comes up to the blue line, and Hinderman sends it back into Pasqua. Pasqua firing a shot on net. Oh, and it goes in off the goalie's glove. Nice play there at the blue line to hold the blue line, get the puck in low. Pasqua picks up a pass down low, fires high glove side, and it goes in off the goalie's glove, and your Spartans will have a 2-1 lead here with 8:07 left to go in the second period. Nice play there by your Spartans. Neutral zone face-off, won by the Spartans. Pasqua to Hinderman up to Erickson. Erickson flips it into the zone. He's in a battle with a couple of Hopkins players, and he wins. He fires a shot on net. Dangerous rebound, laying there. Didn't have anybody on the loose puck there. Hopkins was able to exit the zone. And here they are coming out of the zone, but Pasqua picks off the puck, takes it away, and Hopkins takes it back, and they flip it into neutral ice. Here comes a quick 2-on-1 developing here. They try to go to the back door, Tripp with a nice save. Here's Hinderman behind the net, picking up a loose puck. I think we're going to have a penalty here called on your Spartans on Erickson. Not exactly sure what we're calling here. This could be boarding, roughing, checking from behind. It was kind of an awkward play. We'll see what the ref's got. He's got a cross-check. 2 minutes for cross-checking, 7:30 left to go in the second period. Spartans will go on the kill here for the first time today. You got Lisi and Kohler out there up front. You got Erickson and Toso on the back end. Face-offs won here by Hopkins. They go up to the point. Their wide umbrella man loses the puck. Puck ends up in neutral ice here. Hopkins going D to D. And they've got the zone. Nice play by Erickson to keep that puck from entering. Here's Hopkins at neutral ice. And they've got the zone. They send it back to the D. Defenseman's got it. They're setting up in an umbrella here with two men in front. Take it in wide. They center. They can't quite connect. Pick up the puck here on the half wall. They send it back. Number 55 tries to get it to his D. The loose puck is picked up by the D. He fires a shot on net with a Hopkins player crashing hard. It ends up in the far corner. They send it back down low behind the net. Now it comes back into the corner. They go indirect off the boards up to the defenseman, but they can't connect. They send it up the far wall as they regroup here. Kohler pestering. Hopkins has the zone. Little drop pass here. They take it in low, near side. Looking to center. Can't connect as it's battered away by Eriksson in front and Kohler. Puck comes to the near side here. 50-50 battle won by Hopkins as they send it up the wall. Lisi's there to recover. He gets it to Toso. Toso's out of the zone with speed. He's got nobody with him as the Spartans went to change. It's sent to the far side. Hunsley picks up a loose puck. Takes it behind the net. Tries to center. Almost shoves it in off of a Hopkins skate. Here's Tosa with it. He sends it back in. Nice kill by your Spartans. They'll be 5-on-5 here in a second. Here's Hopkins looking to stretch it. They can't connect. Oh, they do connect here on the near wall. I didn't see that Hopkins player hiding behind the ref. And here's a loose puck out to neutral ice. A 2-on-0 break by your Spartans. Pasqua sends it over to Hunsley. Hunsley rips it over the net, and a loose puck ends up on the back of the net. And we'll have a whistle. Great opportunity there for your Spartans, just couldn't connect. Puck was rolling a little bit. And it'll be a neutral zone face-off as the puck was simply shot over the net. Not touched by a Hopkins player. Pasqua to Hinderman. Hinderman dumps it in. And Hunsley and Howley are on the forecheck. Hopkins goes D to D, a little reverse there behind the net. Come up the near side. They're pinched off by Howley and Pasqua. Toso, he sends it back in. And Hopkins is on the retrieval. Howley pressuring hard. Puck comes up the far wall. Eriksson's there to hold the zone. He takes it in low. He sends it down to Howley. Howley can't handle it. And here Hopkins picks up a loose puck in their own end. They're coming up out of the zone. Nice check by Eriksson at neutral ice, but Hopkins comes away with it. They enter the zone. It's centered. I think Gielen's going to get called here for hooking or holding. Looks like holding. On the entry there, he got a little overzealous and grabbed a Hopkins player. So we're going to go back on the kill here with 4:19 left to go in the second period. Your Spartans are up 2-1. Did a great job on the kill last time. You're going to have Johnson with Lisi up front, and you're going to have Toso and Eriksson on the back end. Face-off won by Hopkins. They go D to D. Now it looks like they moved into a 1-3-1. They send the puck back up to the blue line. They go D to D again, trying to find the center guy. They do. They find him. He's wide open. They fire a shot on net. Oh, and a big save by Anderson. Rebound swatted away by Eriksson. The puck ends up and down in the far corner. And they send it up to the blue line. And now back down low. Hopkins on the loose puck. They're on the near boards down here. They send it up to the D. He's walking the blue line. He sends it back where the puck came from on the wall, and they fire a shot on net. Nice save by Tripp. And the puck is chipped just out of the zone. Hopkins grabs the rebound, and they go in off sides. A little bit of a different look there by the Royals on the power play. They set up in a high umbrella on their first one, and then a 1-3-1. A little bit of adjustment and communication problem there by the Spartans. They'll have to sort that out here. As Hopkins has 1:11 left to go here on the power play. Here's Tosa with it. He tries to send it in. He does, but we're off sides. Face-off won by Hopkins. They try to regroup. They lose the puck. Pasqua's in on the forecheck. He's working hard. Here's Kohler. He's being disruptive. Here comes Hopkins out of the zone. They've got the blue line coming in with speed, cutting to the inside. Give and go shot. A little switch there. And they miss over the net. Here's Kohler battling for a loose puck over on the wall with 3 Hopkins players, and Hopkins comes away with it. They've got the blue line. They send it in low. They pick up their own puck. They center. Can't connect. Here's Hopkins on the puck. Near side. Trying to get it up to the D, but it ends up back down low. They center. They can't connect. Here's Kohler. He chips the puck off the glass, and Pasqua picks it up. He's got some speed. A little 2-on-1 developing here. Pasqua firing a shot on net. Oh, and a left flipper save by the Hopkins goaltender. That was a nice save. Here's a loose puck picked up by the Spartans. They go D to D. Here's Hinderman all the way up to Pasqua. Pasqua can't handle the pass. Now he gets it down low. Hunsley picks it up off the wall, tries to send it in deep, but it's intercepted by Hopkins. They come up through neutral ice. Here's Hinderman intercepting a pass. He backhands it over to Holly, who tries to chip it in. Can't get it in deep. Here's a puck in neutral ice, and Hopkins sends it in. Here's Hinderman on the retrieval down low. He's got a Hopkins man coming in hard. Hinderman wings it to the weak side. Holly's on it. He gets it up to Lisi. Lisi tries to get it over to Hunsley, but they can't connect. Now here's Hopkins sending it back in deep. Gielan retrieving behind the net. He tries to send it up to Holly. He can't connect. Hopkins picks up a loose puck. Coming up through neutral ice here, 1-on-4. Chipping it over to the near side. And it's taken away by Hunsley, and he flips it up through neutral ice. Hopkins retrieving it in their own end. Holly is on the forecheck. He's pressuring hard. Hunsley was in there. Hopkins makes a nice play, but it's stuck away by Lisi, and Hinderman sends it in over offsides. 48.1 seconds left to go in the second period. We'll have a neutral zone face-off here. Your Spartans on top of the Royals, 2-1. A little bit of lack of flow here the last 5-6 minutes of the period as your Spartans have been on the penalty kill. Let's see if they can get some mojo here and get a puck in deep and go to work. Here's Hopkins in neutral ice. They've got the blue line. Puck's taken away by Erickson. Erickson chips it up to Pasqua. Pasqua's got some speed. Tries to send it over to a teammate, to Johnson, but it ends up off his stick. And Hopkins comes away with it, and they try to chip it out on the neutral ice, but can't. Here's Johnson down low battling as the puck was sent back in deep. Dangerous play by the Hopkins player as he took it in front of his own net. It was almost turned over to Pasqua. Puck ends up in the far corner, and it's run around to the near side. Here's Erickson. He centers, but it goes off his skate and ends up on Tosa's stick, and he sends it on net. Dangerous rebound laying there for Pasqua, but he can't bury the rebound. And that'll be the end of the second period with your Spartans on top 2-1. Once again, your Spartans will have a lead going into the third period. Let's see if we can finish tonight, boys. Let's go. right, welcome to the third period, Spartan fans. Face-off won by Pasquale. He's on the far wall. He sends it back to Erickson. Erickson to Toso. Toso tries to center through neutral ice, but it's picked off by Hopkins. They come back in, try to center. Erickson has got a nice stick over there. Both Ericksons do. Puck comes out the neutral ice. They go D to D and send it back in. Here's Erickson on the retrieval. He can't quite handle it. Puck comes up to the point, and it's taken away by Orono. That was Erickson over there. Now he turns it over, and here comes Hopkins. They fire a stick. Shot on net, and a stick saved by Anderson. Here's Toso behind the net. Oh, he has it chipped off his stick, and it ends up in front of the net. Dangerous puck there, but anyways, it comes out here to the blue line. Here's Pasquale with it. He's got a step. Cuts in hard, fires a shot on net. Ew, and it goes off the post, and the rebound lays there for Holly. And Holly bangs home the rebound. Sorry about the video there, folks. The cell phone's a little bit different than the iPad, so I don't know that I got that. I apologize if I missed. That was Pasquale coming in on the far side, cutting in hard to the net, firing a shot, and it hit the far post as it came through the middle of the ice, and the puck was laying there, and Howley banged it home. Your Spartans have a 3-1 lead with 14 minutes left to go in the third period. Hopkins wins the faceoff, and they come out of their own end on the far side, and they backhand it into the zone. Here's Gielan behind the net. He sends it up the near side to Johnson. He can't handle it. Hopkins sends it back in on net from the point by number 15 into the trapper of Anderson. This will be a defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson. Past couple contests saw your Spartans with leads going into the third period, and they just couldn't sort it out and close out games. Hopefully we can keep our poop in a group here and finish this game off strong. Face-off won by your Spartans goes D to D. Hinderman sends it up the far wall to Hunsley. Hunsley hits Johnson as they enter the zone. He's here on the near side, battling with Hunsley. The puck is chipped out by Hopkins into neutral ice here. Lisi tries to send it over to Hinderman. He can't connect. Puck ends up on the near far boards over there. Hinderman's battling two Hopkins players, now three. Lisi comes in to help. Hinderman tries to chip it up the wall. Puck comes out the center ice, shot on net. Glove save by Anderson. Here's Hinderman up on the far wall. He gets pinched off. He's in there battling with a couple Hopkins players. Hopkins comes out with it. They try to center. Oh, big save by Anderson with the right flipper as they centered from below the goal line. Tremendous save by number 7 to keep this a 3-1 game. Here's Hopkins at neutral ice. They turn it over to Pasquale. Pasquale's in 1-on-4, sending it over to Johnson, coming in late. Johnson tries to fire a shot on net, but it's blocked by number 20 for Hopkins. Puck comes out to center ice. Erickson gobbles it up. He's coming across the blue line. He's got some speed. He's got the edge. Goes to his backhand. Centers. Can't quite hit his brother. Number 11, Erickson, going to the net, but here's Pasquale wheeling up at the blue line. Steps in, fires a shot on net, and it's tipped by Erickson, but it goes wide. Now here's Johnson in the corner down low. He's pinched off the puck. Hopkins recovers the puck. They come out of the zone with speed. They got the red line, now the blue line. They're in, far side. Number 11's wheeling behind the net. He's looking for another teammate. Can't find anybody. Comes up the near wall and then sends it back in low. Number 29 sends it behind the net, looking for number 55 down low. 55's had a pretty decent game here for Hopkins. He's hammered into the boards by Toso. Pasquale sends it up to the far wall. Erickson can't quite get it out. It's chipped back into the middle. Hopkins, quick little pass through the slot there. They fire a shot, but it's off the defenseman's stick. Erickson shoots it back in. Puck sent in from the far side in deep. Here's Erickson retrieving. He sends it up, trying to hit Pasquale on a stretch pass and indirect play. Can't quite connect. 11:33 left to go in the third period here. Your Spartans have a 3-1 lead. It'll be a defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson. Here's Hopkins winning the draw. Number 15 takes the puck down the near wall, fires a shot on net, but it ends up in the far corner, and it's cleared out to neutral ice by Hunsley. Here's Gielan picking up a loose puck. He tries to send it up ice, but it's taken away by a Hopkins player and taken back in, and they're going to be offsides. Face-off won by the Spartans. They come up ice. Oh, cross-ice pass from Hunsley over to Howley. They can't quite connect. Hunsley picks up a puck here high in the zone, trying to find a teammate. It's taken away by Hopkins. Hopkins is going to rim it around to the near side here. Lacey's on it. Gielan, he sends it back in low. Here's Howley on the forecheck. Hopkins wheels away from Howley. They go D to D over here to the near side. And coming up through ice. Neutral ice with speed. Tried at center. And the puck is flipped up over the boards here into the stands. And that'll be a souvenir for a lucky young Hopkins Royals fan. Defensive zone face-off with 10:25 left to go in the third period. Your Spartans leading 3-1. Pasqua is on the draw with Johnson and Erickson. Erickson and Toso on the back end. And here's the drop. Pasqua can't quite connect with it. Number 15 for Hopkins at the point sends it in. It rims all the way around to the weak side. Kept in by the other Hopkins defender. Here's a short little 2-on-1 developing here in front of the net. And a nice save by Anderson as that puck was rimmed around. The defenseman centered it right away. I think we got caught drifting there a little bit up ice, and they had two guys down low versus one defenseman. That was a quick play to develop, but Tripp was equal to the task. Nice save there by the young man. Having a strong game tonight. Spartans trying to change there, but they were a little lackadaisical. The refs caught that. They're going to force the guys that were going off the ice to go back to the face-off circle here. Hopefully we got enough gas to get this puck out of the zone. Pasquale's being kicked out of the circle. Now here's Johnson on the drop. Hopkins comes away with it. They step to the middle, trying to fire a shot. Puck goes up the far wall here, kept in by a Hopkins defender. He walks down the wall, stepping in, centering. One-timer, they couldn't get enough on it to get it through, and it's chipped out to neutral ice. Here's Pasqua, winning a race for the puck, steps around the defender, fires a shot on net, just misses. Upper left corner. That thing was labeled. That couldn't have missed more than a couple inches. Here's Hopkins chipping it out to neutral zone. Erickson's on it. He's got Toso with him here. Can't quite connect, but Toso comes away with a 50-50 puck to Erickson. Erickson sends it up to Johnson. Johnson's got the blue line. He fires a shot on net, picks up his own rebound, centers. Nobody's there. Now puck comes all the way up to the point, and Erickson hammers in there on net, and he misses. Here comes Hopkins picking up a loose puck, coming out of the zone with speed, one-on-one. Nice defensive play by Erickson just to stay in front of the Hopkins player. He got spun around there, but did a nice job of just staying in his lane. And the Hopkins player could not get a quality opportunity there on that one-on-one. And that's a defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson. Won by Hopkins. Hopkins sends it in low, rims around behind the net. Here's Hinderman pinching off a Hopkins player. He tries to get the puck up to his wing. A second Hopkins player comes in. Hinderman knocks another puck away, and Hinderman comes away with it here. He flips it up the wall, and it's out of the zone. Here's Kohler trying to get it out. Number 14 for Hopkins steps in, walks a defender, tries to center. Nice stick there by Hinderman. Puck comes up to the point, now down low. Here's Gielan behind the net. He's battling. Lacey's in support. Gielan, nice escape move there. He gets it up to Kohler. Kohler's up the near side. Tries to hit Hunsley coming through the middle. They can't connect. And I think we're going to have a cross check here on Hunsley. It was kind of an awkward play. The Hopkins player went into the boards feet first. He's banged up. We're going to have a stoppage of play here, folks. Your Your Spartans back on the penalty kill for the third time tonight. 8:13 left to go in the third period. Here's Hopkins winning the draw, sending it to the near wall. Down low behind the net. They're going to commit an extra man, but they can't. They don't win. Oh, puck comes up the boards and they get it. Here's 55 coming in the center. Fires a shot on net. A nice blocker saved by Anderson. Howley tries to chip it out near side. Number 15 for Hopkins comes away with it. He goes D to D. They send it down low. Good pressure on the puck by that's Hunsley over or Toso over there. Toso gets a pin. The second player for Hopkins comes in. He centers. Can't connect. Here's Pasqua coming away with a loose puck. He's got some speed. One on four. He's still battling. Couldn't get a shot on net. Nice recovery there by Hopkins defensively to close that off. Here comes Hopkins up ice. They drop the puck. Johnson, they couldn't connect. Johnson comes away with it. He's got the red line. Can't quite get it in deep as he's pinched off on the wall. Here comes Hopkins back the other way. They got some speed. They chip it in. Far side. Number 11 picks it up. Stops trying to set it up. He's got no support. Throws the puck behind the net, and Gielan picks it up. That was a gift for us as we ice it and get it out of the zone. It's deflected. There'll be no icing. Puck's up the near side here. Hopkins has the zone. They step into the middle, walking a defender, firing a shot on net. Up underneath the crossbar. Top left. That was a beautiful shot labeled for the upper corner. Number 41 for Hopkins. A nice play at the blue line, beating a Spartan defender and then getting to the middle and firing a shot. Beautiful play by the Royals. 3-2 game with 6:36 left to go in the third period. Face-off won by Pasqua. He comes over the blue line. Puck trickles off his stick. Now here's Hopkins up through neutral ice. Good hit by Gielan on the near boards. Hinderman sending it up through neutral ice. Can't connect. No icing. Hopkins picking it up. Sending it up the far side, and it's kept in by Erickson. Now the puck comes over here to the near side. Hopkins up through neutral ice, hitting the weak side pass. Here's Hinderman defending. He's pinched off the puck by Erickson. Here's Pasqua. He comes away with it. He's got some speed. He gets to the inside. He's around a defender. Comes in, fires a shot. Oh, and it just goes over the crossbar. Rebound came out front. He almost snuck his own rebound off the back wall into the net. Little extracurriculars here after the whistle. Not sure what's going to happen here. Looks like Hopkins is getting one after the whistle for roughing. And your Spartans will be on the power play here with 5:47 left to go in the third period. Up 3-2. This is a big opportunity for your Spartans here to close this thing out. Let's pop one in here, boys. Face off, one. Back to Toso. Toso to Hunsley. Hunsley down to Lisi behind the net. He sends it back into the corner to Hunsley. Hunsley over to Lisi behind the net. Now he's in the near corner. Comes up the near wall here, trying to get it to Howler. He steps into the inside. Over to the weak side defenseman, Toso. Lisi picks up a loose puck, steps to the middle, goes to his backhand. Oh, can't quite get it on net. It ends up here in the near corner. Lisi's there with it. Hunsley picks it up behind the net. He tries to come into the middle, sends a backhand pass across, trying to hit Howley, but they can't connect. And the puck comes up in here to neutral ice. Goes back to Toso. Here comes Toso. He sends it into the zone. He's in on the forecheck with Howley. Good forecheck by Toso as Hunsley comes away with it. Wraparound shot on net, saved by the Hopkins goaltender. 4:51 left to go in the third period. 1:04 left to go on the power play. The Spartans will change. Pasqua, Erickson, Johnson with Gielan and Hinderman. Here's Pasqua. Down low below the net. It's poked away. Here's Erickson on it. Pasqua fishes it out. He's knocked off the puck. Here's Hinderman stepping up. He tries to keep it in. It's poked out to neutral ice. Gielan goes to Hinderman. Hinderman up to Pasqua. Pasqua gets around the defender, sends a backhand on net. It's gloved away by the Hopkins goalie. Hopkins tries to clear, but Erickson sends it down low. Here's Johnson on it. He tries to center. Puck's knocked away, and it ends up in the far corner. Here's Hopkins on the retrieval. And they get it out to neutral ice. Puck goes underneath the stick. Here's Hinderman on the retrieval. He sends it up to Johnson. Johnson, he's got the blue line. He fires a shot on net. It's waffled away by the Hopkins goalie. Here's Pasqua up to Gielan. Gielan back to Pasqua. Back to 5-on-5 hockey. Pasqua over to Hinderman. Hinderman fires a shot on net. And a save by the Hopkins goaltender. No net front guy there to get in front of that puck. We'll have a line change here. Lacey on the draw. Hopkins comes away with it. Here comes Hopkins through neutral ice. They get it in. Lacey's on it. He backhands it over to the near corner. Erickson's on it. He tries to get it up to Kohler. Kohler tries to chip it out. And it was not held in, and it'll be offsides here. Neutral zone face-off, near side. Neutral zone face-off, won by Hopkins. They send it up the far side here. They've got the zone. Puck ends up in the corner and centered. Kohler's there. Kohler up to Hunsley. Hunsley's got some speed. Hunsley gets knocked off the puck. Hopkins retrieves. They send it up the near wall here. Erickson's there. He holds the line, sends it in low. Kohler down low. Kohler's battling with Hunsley. The puck sent up near side here. And Hopkins has it. Hopkins stretches it over to the far side, and they're offsides. Neutral zone face-off here. Howley, Pasqua, and Erickson. Here's Hinderman with it. He sends it in deep. Here's Howley on the forecheck. Hopkins goes D to D. They try to stretch it up. Hinderman steps in front of the puck. He chips it in. And they're going to call icing here. Looked like a Hopkins defender could have played that, but it's going to be icing. Face-off, defensive zone face-off to the left of Anderson. Face-off won by Hopkins. Send it in the near side. Send it down low. It rings around the net to the far side. Pasqua tries to poke it up to Erickson. The puck stays in. Puck sent on net. Save by Anderson. Puck sent up to the point here. 15 fires a shot on net. It's deflected into the far corner. Now here's Hinderman. And Erickson battling for the puck. And Erickson sends it down the ice. And we're going to have another icing. And your Spartans will go for a change. Minute and 50 left to go here in the third period. Spartans have a 3-2 lead. There'll be a defensive zone faceoff to the right of Anderson. Here's Lacey on the draw. He wins it back to Toso. Toso sends it behind the net. Erickson's got it. Trying to clear the zone. It's held in by Hopkins, and they send it back in low. We've got 6-on-5 hockey here, a little situational hockey as Hopkins has pulled their goalie. They try to center from the far corner, and it's sent up to the blue line and held in by Hopkins. Hopkins coming off the half wall, trying to send it back in low. Hunsley picks it off, but it's held. Oh, Hopkins thought they held the zone there. They were barely off sides. And it's still 6-on-5 here. Empty net for Hopkins. Neutral zone face-off on the far side. Face-off won by Hopkins. Hopkins chips it up the near side here. It's sent in. Erickson tries to clear, but he can't get it out of the zone. 15 holds and sends it in low. Here's Hopkins on the far side trying to get it to the net. Nice play by Erickson. They try to center. Puck hits the side of the net and ends up in the far corner. Here's Hopkins centering. Good coverage in front of the net by Kohler helping out. Now puck centered again, and it's chipped out to Kohler. Kohler's tripped up. Hunsley picks up a free puck. He's got a wide open net, and he sends it into the wide open net. And your Spartans are going to take a 2-4 lead, or 4-2 lead here. Good defensive coverage down there. Guys manning up, sticks on the ice. Hopkins centered a puck. Kohler was there to get it out of the zone, and as he was trying to exit, he was tripped up, and Hunsley picked up a loose puck at neutral ice. Takes it in for an open net goal to give your Spartans a 4-2 lead here late in the third period with 41.4 seconds to go in the game. Your Spartans will finish the game on the power play. No, they won't. They must have gave him a misconduct. Or no, it was a delayed penalty. We scored an empty net goal, so they took the penalty, they washed the penalty off. Here's Hopkins at neutral ice. Puck's turned over to Toso. He tries to send it up ice to Pasqua, but it's taken away by Hopkins. They'd go D-to-D here in their own end. Trying to stretch it up ice. Puck's taken away by Kohler and sent back in. Spartans are offside. 20 seconds left to go in the game. Hopefully just one more puck drop here and we'll put this one in the books. Pasqua on the draw. Erickson's got it. He's got the red line. Gets it in deep. Hopkins up the far wall. It's held in by Pasqua. Now he's going to eat it along the boards. Puck taken away by Hopkins. Coming up through neutral ice. And that'll do it. The Spartans are going to get a 4-2 win tonight. Good team win. Saw some good things tonight. Nice to get off the schneid there after our last few games. Hopefully boys can build some confidence off of this into their next game. Trip Anderson with a strong game tonight between the pipes. Should be getting some more guys healthy here. Be full strength as we move forward into tournament season. Looking forward to seeing this team continue to grow. On that, I will leave you with a hip hip hooray on a 4-2 win by your Spartans. Thanks for listening, Spartan Nation. We'll see you next time.